Hi guys and welcome to another Train Sim TV video. You join me today at Huddersfield on the fantastic route from Pennine Pacer, which is the Manchester Stations to Huddersfield route. We're also going to be doing a scenario from a chap called Alfie Mottershead. We're doing 1 Foxtrot 56, which is the 0734 Scarborough to Manchester Victoria, set in 2020. We join our Nova 3 set at Huddersfield. Please note that, of course, within TS there actually isn't a Nova 3 full set available. 68 available, of course. What we've got in stock in tow is the reskin for the 180, so it gives you a chance to at least sort of do a mock-up for now until a suitable one is available. I do believe someone's actually making some Mark 5s to train sim. I've seen some stuff floating around on Facebook, but nothing actually available as of yet. Right, so anyway, let's get ourselves on board. Get ourselves set up and we'll get ourselves on our way to Manchester. So we're just the door's already open, lights are on. We'll get the key in. I'll leave it in neutral for a moment. We'll get the ETS on. Fresh mode on, of course. Motors on. And we shall get the full extent of the clack as well. So we thought we'd do a Class 68, but we don't do it very often on TSTV, so why not do it on here? It's a nice 30-ish minute run as well on this, so I'm going to take the driver vigilance off as well. We'll put it on actually. Right, release those brakes and off we go. Right, so on this run we're going to be calling at Stalybridge and Manchester Victoria for the run. So the first stop's in 17.7 miles, last stop at Victoria being 25.58, so a nice easy run. And the briefing on this one is: hello driver, set up your cab here at Huddersfield, which we've done, where you're scheduled to depart at 09:19. You have one intermediate stop at Stalybridge station before your journey will end at Manchester Victoria, where then you will arrive at about 09:48, so please do note that your maximum speed permitted is 100 miles per hour as well. Easy stuff. So yeah, we thought we'd do a 68 run. Again, it's one of these we don't really do too much of, and it's been a while since I've driven the 68 to be quite fair, so it's nice to come and revisit the park, and again to have a go at this fantastic route as well. It's always a treat. To Springwood Junction, so the line for where Pennines branches and diverges to the left. I'm just trying to look for a decent potential screenshot as well. I mean, the sun's on the left hand side, so we'll have to go on this side. I have an idea where to do it once we open up near Slough. So I'm just going to take that off a second. I'm not going to slow down because we open up to 65. I'm not really sure if with this Class 180 stuff on the rear it sort of has any implements to the actual speed of the train. I don't think it does. I think it's set to dead. I didn't see any clad coming out of it. But, I think the 68 is that powerful anyway, it just takes off like a rocket. I don't actually think there's any difference in terms of physics. That it's literally like just pushing us and we're getting extra power output off that 180 stuff, so should be alright. We are up to 75 now as well, so just keep it going. Absolutely storming the incline here. Usually on a unit, you're struggling to get to speed. On greens at the moment, which is nice. This is one of the potential decent shots to do is down here. I'm not going to stay out of the cab too long there because of the DSD or the driver vigilance was going off, so I don't want to be caught out with that. Otherwise I look like a right dirk on the video. I do hope everyone's keeping well as well in between obviously when we do our streams. Don't forget you can catch us on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/trainsim_TV. We are on usually at least twice a week. I mean, I've been doing sort of like usually Tuesdays and Saturdays, but Saturdays today was just gone, but I wasn't on, but I'm on tonight, which is Sunday, so this video will be going out in the daytime, so if you've watched this beforehand, do come and join us. We will be on as well, but if you are watching this video later on, just keep your eye out on that community section or join our Facebook page and you can find out when we do our streams. I usually post quite well in advance, so you shouldn't miss anything. Just approaching Slough. I think. No, we're not. You look like a station at distance. I'm going to get a bit mixed up here. I think it's far away. I'm going to try another shot because there's a few different potential areas here. Something like that. I like. Try and get a little bit arty with these thumbnails sometimes. I like to try and get a bit of foliage sort of like poking on one of the corners and stuff like that. It's look like I'm hiding through the trees and just poking through with the camera. Got some lovely weather for this by the looks of it as well. It did actually say on the briefing that it was a miserable autumn day, but it's actually opposite. Just gonna see what it says on the actual website. So, hello and welcome to another scenario for the Pennines, Pacers, Manchester Stations and Huddersfield route. We're also going through Slough now. In this scenario, you drive a 68023 Achilles on the remainder of 1 Foxtrot 56 between Huddersfield and Manchester Victoria. We want intermediate stop at Stalybridge on the way. It is a glorious autumn morning and no problems have been reported, so sit back and enjoy the wonderful scenery at the Pennines behind the controls of 68023. Most certainly said miserable. Never mind, I'm happy it's nice. Can't beat a bit of sunny weather. Not actually extensive list as well of requirements for this. It's pretty decent on this one. It's the route, of course. You need the Nova reskin set. Jake Fuller's 185, you need the 68 pack, 150/2, 156, 158 Cummins, and the Sky Weather EP off 8P, and then off Steam you need the 68, the 180, and the NSE 159 pack. Literally it. It's a very decent requirement list, that. Down to 70 and then down to 60 as well for Marsden Station, and we do drop down to 45, then we do climb back up to 85 once we get into the tunnels at Standage. Drop this down to 60. This is Marsden Station. Now down to 45 just around this bend, so I'm going to knock the power down. A little bit late there, to be fair. There's 185 coming as well. Actually, Jake Full's been doing some update work with the 185 pack since the South Wales pack came out. Also, there's a few new tweaks and stuff to that. I think some latest one was auto numbering, which I still need to grab. So that's quite happy days. Gotta be done. Cannot do this route without nipping out and doing a bit of tunnel action with the thrash there. Sounded absolutely fantastic as well, the 68. So hope you enjoyed a bit of that, and hopefully didn't hurt your ears too much. We're down to 60 as well before we leave the tunnel, so we'll start knocking some brakes onto that. So as we leave the tunnel, we'll be coming out to Diggle. So Diggle loop and box will be on the right hand side as well. Number 185 on its way up. It's like a 6 car. The other potential for me on a screenshot wise, it's usually somewhere around here with the sort of like the canal and stuff in the background, but I don't know how it's gonna sort of work, especially with the sun. I'm not overly sold with that one. No, I don't think we're going to get it. If we usually anything doing in that direction, you just sort of take the shot here. This might work. Let's have a look at this one. Let's have a do. Let's see how we do. That's right, isn't it? A bit of the wall in there as well, because that was quite. I like that. Let's just sort of frame this now. So I like to try and frame a few bits into this. I like to have a bit of a key building in there. So the key building being the mill. I like to have a bit of the wall usually, and then obviously a bit of foliage in there. Try not to have too much sky, especially for when we're doing the thumbnails, because if it's too much, the white text gets lost in the cloud. So we're trying and lose a lot of the cloud. So sort of. Something like that, I think. In today's lesson on photography with Tom. Anyway, so we're on one of the 14 sublease Class 68s to Transpennine. Obviously, these are owned by DRS, Direct Rail Services, but again, 14 of these are subleased to TPE for their Nova 3 sets. So initial use of these are between Liverpool Lime Street and Scarborough route. Once more sets will have been delivered and the staff have been trained, they will also work the Manchester Airport and Redcar service, which happens today. These will haul 5 car rakes of the Mark 5A coaches. Obviously we're on a mock-up on this, with driving trailer opposite end. The TP vinyl locomotives do not feature yellow fronts, following a change on the regulations, which means basically something to do with the headlights. So that a brighter bulb means that they don't have to have the yellow front, which we usually see on the traditional rolling stock on the network. Which is, I think it looks quite smart. I do love the TPE livery on the 68s, and they also sound fantastic anyway. Especially if you've been to Leeds or haven't been, do go to Leeds, obviously, when lockdown everything finishes. Absolutely superb. Just listen to them going through that station canopy. Amazing. Yeah, so the regulations changed in April 2000. No, sorry, in April 2020, numbers 68, 33, and 34 were also added to the TPE pool. Right, okay, I'm getting this a little bit fluffed up here. So that was that. To also provide extra resilience to the sub-fleet. In November 2017, 21 Tireless was moved from Crewe Gresty Lane, TMD, to Southampton Docks and ultimately transported to the Velin test track in the Czech Republic for testing with the new Mark 5A coaches. Testing included brake force tests and door interlock testing before the locomotive then returned back to the UK in July 2018. A little bit of info, basically just read Wikipedia to there, but nonetheless it's always a little bit of information to put into the videos there. Also, just to let you know, the numbers for the TP pool start from 19, which is Brutus, all the way through to 32, Destroyer. Other bits of gen being, you've got 20 being Reliance, 21 Tireless, 22 Resolution, 23 which we're driving, which is Achilles. You've got Centaur at 24, 25 being Superb, 26 is Enterprise, 27 is Splendid, 28 is Lord President. You then got 29 Courageous, 30 Black Douglas, 31 Felix, and again finally 32 being Destroyer. Overall, there is 34 of the Class 68s, but obviously these are used between DRS, TPE, Chiltern Railways. They used to be under ScotRail as well, but the ScotRail contract ended a bit back. They used to be ran on the 5 Circle. Never got to see them, unfortunately. Mark did. I think Mark did a little bit of bashing on them as well a couple of years ago when he was up there on holiday for a break from work. So he was lucky enough to do that. Got some videos actually, some decent video footage I've seen from them. Again, as always, this scenario I will put the link into the description for you guys if you wish to have a play of yourself. We're not too far from Stalybridge even now, 2.3 mile. I usually give the gen of what we're doing and what tunnels we're on and the route, but I haven't actually got the rail atlas out for this one. I mean, we've done it that many times that you probably should know where we are. We've just gone through Mossley Station there as well. So we're going on the down gradient at the minute, so no power. Just sort of tweaking the brakes just to keep us at that steady speed of 65 miles per hour. Dropping down to 50 in just under a mile. So once we've done Stalybridge, we'll then diverge to the right, heading towards Victoria. Platform 3 for Stalybridge. So just about to 50 there. See if we can get this stopped in the actual correct location. So usually, I always find Stalybridge right awkward when to stop it because I'm coming that fast. The station sort of approaches you really, really quick. I know you see it on the HUD, but you know where it is, but it always seems to come in a bit too hot. Mark at this point would be thinking, well, you're just not driving right. Driving like a Burke. Probably am. So we want a 5-car marker, which is probably going to go right past it. Oh, no, we should be right actually. That's a 2, 3 and 4 marker there. So we want to be sort of where... Take the brakes off. We're going to want to be where the 2 and 3 boards are, I would say. About there. That'll do. It's neutral for a moment. So we'll do another platform departure for this one. So we'll get ourselves ready for that. Prime spot. No one else will come out to see the 68 today. The doors to shut, which is just doing there now. So, let's go back into forward. Does take off like a rocket. Them engines do sound like they're on the 180, so I'm not oversure if they're actually playing part of it this time. They didn't look like they were on before, because I couldn't see any clag. Anyway, next stop is Manchester Victoria. Not overly far, about 7.5 miles. We're going to go through Ashton-under-Lyne station in just over half a mile, and we're going to head towards Mel's Platin Bank and then drop down into Victoria. And 3A for our station stop off point at Victoria. do apologise if there's any extra stuttering in the videos. I think my TS is actually getting towards that sort of stage now where it needs a reinstall. So I'm going to be looking at doing that at some point in the probably coming weeks, to be honest. Not a job I enjoy doing, but my game is a little bit on the bloated side, and I do see a little bit more stuff than normal at the moment. So I need to dedicate some time. The issue being is I've got to sort of do it on a weekend where I'm not working, because obviously I work on TS as my daily job with JT, so wouldn't be wise to do in the week because it takes me about 2 or so days to do it. So it would be a case that I have to get everything off on a Friday evening, get rid of it all, and then get it downloaded Friday night, and then start reinstalling everything I need, essential stuff first before back starting work Monday. Usually the way I do it is, unless all my AP stuff, JT, obviously stuff will go through Steam anyway. After that, any freeware routes I do use, I'll put them on, but after that it's sort of stuff as and when. So if it's something I'll see for a scenario, it'll be a case of I'll only install it when I'm doing that scenario. I'm not just going to sit there and put loads of reskins in for the no point of it. But yeah, it's a job I hate, and I'm probably sure everyone else hates doing as well, but needs must to get a bit more of a cleaner game and a smooth running game at that. It's not too bad, it's actually not as bad as it was I've done on a few videos previous, but you do see a little bit of stutter. Absolute pleasant run this has been. It's nice to take the 68 out for a bash or thrash. It's inspired me to make some 68 action for the upcoming Harrogate loop as well, for the direct line. There probably will be a couple, will be a scenario at least that with this, just so you can actually have that opportunity to do that run. Updates on that is the route has actually reached Crossgates now, so we're literally about 2 to 2.5 miles of missing scenery between Crossgates and Neville Hill. Neville Hill will get a bit of a revamp just to bring it up to standard. Won't be going mad with it, but it'll have a bit of a refresh look with it, with the buildings and stuff like that. Past Bagley Fold box there on the right hand side. So we'll get the brakes now, because in like half a mile we'll be doing 30 mile an hour for the junction. I do see a double yellow, so we could possibly be stopping. So, although I don't know, possibly just for the crossover, to be fair. Well, we have about 4 minutes to do about 1.81 miles, so we'll see. Anyway, down to 30 miles an hour now, so we'll get the brakes on a bit more, because otherwise we'll be doing a bit too much. Just going to ease them back off. We do have a single yellow, so we will be stopping, it seems, in a moment. It's just pinged to yellow, that next signal, so we can take the brakes back off. A little bit of power, not too much, because we are still chasing yellows. We do want to be able to stop. So I can see that we have a red on the next signal. Put the brakes on now. It's just gone to green. Typical. Literally just up ahead is Victoria Station. Shame there's no trams. Would have been nice to at least see one tram passing by, but never mind. That's me just being picky. So as well as this is sort of like about a 33-minute video, it will sit in our shotgun section as well, this, so do look out for the other videos in that category. There's many to watch. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and don't forget, link for this scenario is in the description below. Don't forget you can catch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/trainssim_TV. We'll let you know on Facebook and on our YouTube community section of when we're going to next stream. Well, as this video goes out, we'll be live later in that evening as well. If you're obviously watching this later on, don't forget it's as and when we are on. Right, take care, guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.